It's A to the B to the N to the G unit. Woo! Welcome, my people. It's an even day. If you know, you know. And I'm so excited to be with you all. Welcome to another episode of Akah Bants. I am your host, Akah, and I bring you gist and news from the happenings of our dear nation, Nigeria. Today, I will be talking about our Guinness World Record holder, Hilda Baci. She is the talk of the town. We're also going to be talking about Seun Kuti's involvement with the police, amongst other stories. Now, fasten your seatbelt and let's go on a wild, wild ride. Welcome to the Wild, Wild West. Woo! 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 Guys, let's talk about Hilda Baci. I beg, gather around. Somebody asked me, Akah, what can you do in 96 hours without stopping? I said, I can eat, I can gist with my ABNGs, yeah. I can maybe add sleep to the list. Yeah, whatever, man. You people should put your own list in the comment section. Hilda Baci has inspired an entire nation. Jehovah God. Woo! ABNG, in this life, ABNG, let me tell you people something. In this life, there's no motivation nugget for today, please. Come back tomorrow. Anyways, 27-year-old Nigerian chef Hilda Effiong Baci, popularly known as Hilda Baci, attempted and broke the Guinness World Record for the longest time anyone has ever spent cooking. She cooked past the 87-hour mark, which was the record to beat. And then she set a new record, her own, 100 hours, 45 minutes, non-stop. Like, guys, morning, afternoon, evening, night, midnight, crack of dawn. Except like she took like a few like breaks, 15 minutes breaks here. Like in a day she could take like an hour break. But guys, she cooked a variety of meals. Some people say, if not them, we they cook that soup. If not them, they cook that rice. Anyhow they give you, make you chop them. Because the competition is not about cooking sweet food. It's about cooking. If I pour rice, tomato paste, boil it, inside salt, that's all, dears. Take it and be living. If I put crayfish, you are blessed. You understand? Talk less of fish. Nobody has time for that. Tasting food, who will be raising hand to the mouth? Bruh, I was thinking about this thing and I was just like, oh more, this is a huge project. Do you guys see that? Like, do you see what Hilda has been able to achieve? Like, just the sheer power of a dream and how that dream has inspired people and gotten the attentions of kings and queens and brands everywhere. Oh my God. I can only imagine that this girl had set out to do this thing. I was talking to brands and she has had a couple of no's. I know Hilda and my person, I know, see, but I didn't know that she had been planning this thing for as long as 5 years. So she had an interview and then they were, she had actually said that she had been planning this since the time the first Guinness World Record holder set a record. And then the Guinness Book of Record people she reached out to them and then they responded and were like, oh, that she has to at least leave that person for a couple of years. Also at that time, she wasn't like, this big. She hadn't set up her own thing. She didn't have the wherewithal to do what she wanted to do. But now she's like, look, I'm going to set my record and I'm gonna set it straight. See, Hilda don't do 100 hours, 45 minutes. That's the next person we go do that, beat that record, and that person go, that's it. That person go faint. That person will fall for ground. She's like, that person go suffer. Yo, I am astonished at the level of support. For me, I feel like Hilda has achieved something that only BBN has been able to achieve, that thing, giving somebody that amount of attention and fandom and clout. Only BBN has been able to achieve it. But Hilda did this on her own without the power of a corporation behind her and the money. Then she surpassed it. When Hilda started this thing, I think her followership count was about 200 or 300. She's past 1 million. I think she was having like 10,000 followers every hour. God. Or every 30 minutes. Hilda has left the era, the space of divas. She has now entered queendom and more. Man, look, just to deliver the news right, on May 11, Hilda started the Hilda Cookathon with a goal of breaking the world record. And now she has broken it and she has set her own. Everybody is online. Everybody offline and online are abuzz. And I had the opportunity of getting there. I went there yesterday, right before she clocked on the 100-hour mark, I was excited to see her. It was good for me to go there, draw my support. Guys, the traffic was mad. Like, I literally clocked that if I don't come off this road, I will spend 3 hours on the road. So what I did was enter, somewhere else, parked and walked all the way. As I was walking, people were like, I was just facing I set my head, my face like a flint and just focused on my focus. When I got to the venue, it was locked. The place was locked. Like, they were like, it's overflowing, we can't let people in. And then I tried to, see if there was any other entrance, and then I was like, more people were even there. So I went back to the place with the guards, and I was just like, yo, I gotta get in. I gotta support my G. I gotta support my girl. And then they were like, wait, we are. So I think a couple of people started telling that, yo, this guy's a celebrity, don't even play. And so they now saw people coming to take photo with me, coming to take videos and everything. So they were like, please come in. So I did go in, and then got to the front. When I somehow just passing through that crowd to get to the front was a pandemic. It was a what? A pandemic. Because there was no space. And then as I'm trying to go, people are like, no space, no space. When they see me, they're like, please hold on, let me take a photo. It was so funny. But I was able to get to the front. I was able to dance. I was able to, and look, it's not only, she's being supported by a village, Enioluwa Tito, some other hosts have been there. Musicians are going there to perform free. Enioluwa he told me he had been emceeing for 24 hours. That's crazy. Like, his voice was even suffering. And at the end of the day, look at her chef, her sous chef, Mr. Charles, that's her Mr. Brimsley. That level of support, I heard that guy has been praying, he has been praising, he has been cooking, he has been standing by her, he has been encouraging her, and everybody has noticed the guy. So I'm glad that she has an amazing team. It's a good thing. And I'm just really, really just even finding that team and selling them a dream. It shows the kind of person and persona and leadership qualities she has. I stand Hilda. Look, at the end of the day, sometimes you don't even know the people that and this is just I want to encourage everybody to treat everybody right. I've known Hilda, I've been friends with her and everything, but the truth is I never saw Hilda as one who would go into this, break this record and set a new one. Because she never told me she wanted to do it or it was her dream. I never asked. But if you asked me on face value, I'll be like, no, Hilda too soft, soft life. This is just amazing to see the potential of people, to see someone one day and the next day they are like a Guinness World Record holder. That is amazing. Everybody has congratulated her. Everybody is supporting her. From the governor of Lagos State who went there to eat, to Tinubu, to Wizkid, to Tiwa Savage, everybody. All our leaders, all our politicians, all our entrepreneurs, billionaires. God, the money that this girl is going to get from this thing, God, oh gosh. Hilda is made. Let me just tell you people now, if you don't know, Hilda is made, period. Well, there were a couple of tweets that came out at Oreschives someone said, if it was election period, Sanwo-Olu would have helped Hilda to wash plates. Nigerians are rude. At Pamela Edak said, Sanwo-Olu is here to support Hilda. Tinubu too. Everyone is welcome to support Hilda. After tomorrow, the malice continues. We enter the what? We enter the streets. At Tilawa says, you people have forced Sanwo-Olu out of his PR retirement. At Bolu Omidiji says, she said, when someone does good, let us say it. I applaud Sanwo-Olu for supporting Hilda by visiting the venue. Kudos. Yes, so he deserves kudos. I hear that Akpabio turned up. Everybody came through. Oh, I love you guys. Look, at the end of the day, man, Nigerians know how to support their own. When Nigeria comes out for you, they come out hard. They come out strong. And look, this girl, she has inspired a generation and generations before, after, and beyond her. This is such amazing. This is an amazing feat. Kudos to her, her team, and everybody, man. Love you. Love you, Hilda. If you ever get to see this video, you know that I love you, and I'll let you know in person. You already know. ABNG. Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. Did you people hear about that Seun Kuti saga? Slapping police officer like that anyhow. Watch.
Nah, Kuti, don't bash him. Someone don't send police. And then be Nigerian citizen now. #1 citizens of Nigeria. Fuck. He bash him. Now better news with this.
In case you are abroad, in case you are not in Nigeria, in case you're in Nigeria but you're living under a rock, I just showed you the video that has been trending. Apart from Hilda Bassi, this video has gone everywhere because I'm just like, how can somebody assault a policeman like this? He was angry, yes, but even though he was saying all sorts of curse words, yes, even safe, his wife came out to appeal to him. And the guy was like, even though, will you get back inside, my friend? I was like, what happened? What could have happened? Seun Kuti was caught on camera assaulting a police officer who had a weapon. First of all, that's crazy. That is uncalled for, very dangerous, unwise, and that's bold, courageous, fearless at the same time. Do you understand what I'm saying? But for me, seeing that video really gave me like, I was just like, nobody should treat another human being this way. I know we don't like the police. Whether it's the police doing it to civilians or civilians doing it to the police, it is not right, period. Now, when this happened and it started making rounds, Seun Kuti was like, yo, you guys don't know what this guy did to me. You don't know what he did. In fact, he's the one who had to apologize and I didn't press charges. Well, the IG of police got wind of the video and was like, okay, let's investigate on what happened, but you're under arrest. Finally, Sha, Nigerians were like, okay, now, let's see. Shebi, you have mouth. Shebi is the man that is at fault. Let's hear your story in the what? The cell. I mean, when the police people went there, of course they will not see Seun Kuti. Of course, you will not wait for them to come and arrest him. I mean, you're taking his dignity away from him? How dare you? Well, he turned himself up. The next day, he submitted himself and yes, he was taken into custody. I really want to know the real issue that happened. But as far as we're concerned, we heard from some sources that this guy was even his escort. So we don't know what happened. We don't know what has transpired. I also saw another tweet that was said that Seun Kuti had apologized and given the man 12,000 naira and also repaired the car that was bashed. I don't know where bashing came from. What I had assumed when I saw what Seun Kuti did or said was that, when he said, he's the man that put his family in danger, I thought that, some people are saying going crazy with some spy operation or, he planned to, steal from him or planned with some people again. I don't know, but I don't think so. But what I think is, those things that police people do during traffic where they will want to pass and then if you don't clear the road for them in the traffic, they will hit your car or something or they'll bash you or something. So I think that's what happened and he got angry and came down to hit him. Now, I know it's crazy. A lot of people are saying a lot of things and a lot of people are making a lot of propagandist messages up and down, but what I have to say about this issue is I thought about it deeply and I said, look, let us also not forget the humanity of sometimes the perpetrators of crime. I thought about it and I was like, you have to put in perspective where Seun is coming from. Seun's family and what he has seen in his life firsthand, he has witnessed and seen and suffered the brunt of both military and police brutality in his family. He lost his dad due to that. He has seen the government time and time again oppress them. His grandmother, he lost his grandmother due to police brutality. I mean, she suffered a bad leg for years. She fell down. I mean, she was thrown down from a veranda, from a balcony. I don't know, but I think that this is a case of PTSD or somebody who's been traumatized or is acting out this way just because he hasn't really truly, healed from trauma that the Nigerian government, military have, and then, when you come from a family where it's been mostly fight against the government, like you really can't not put that into perspective when looking at this issue. I mean, I am not in any way saying that what Seun Kuti did was right. I felt like it was abhorring for me to see. Like I felt icky. Like it was just like, oh no, it felt wrong, and kudos to that policeman for being calm, for, handling it the way he did. All of us support him and are with him. And we just wish that all police people could be calm like that. And chase after justice the right way. However, I'm also saying that there could be a reason that we may not be thinking or seeing. Some people on Twitter had a couple of things to say about it. At Biggie Biggs tweeted that, Idan doesn't wait at home for the police when Idan is supposed to be running things. And true to his tweet, Seun Kuti turned himself into police custody the next day. But anyways though, I just hope and I pray that he comes out of this unscathed and this is settled, and hopefully President Buhari will give him a pardon right before he leaves office for all the trouble they caused his family. Yeah, he owes him one. Anyways, you see, news on this our president-elect has so many facets and so many things coming up and creeping up every day. So the president-elect Tinubu traveled to France recently and his people said it was for working visits. Well, we have found out what the work was allegedly about to. So you people will not see that Akah said. I will just read a couple of points that real Olauda tweeted and gave us as an expose. And it's a lot, but I'll paraphrase and just brief it. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in Europe to meet his godfather, who plundered Nigeria's wealth over years and years through the corruption, military dictatorship and all of that. Well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu yet again has jetted out to France this time, and his public relations people and his spokesperson Tunde Rahman, his media aide, has disclosed that he went to use the opportunity to plan and put policy options in place away from unnecessary pressure and distractions. Well, the thing is, according to reports, he's also meant to hold strategic meetings with potential investors in Nigeria to set a new agenda for the nation's economic development. Well, Parallel Facts can authentically report from that Mr. Man I also mentioned earlier, who tweeted an expose. He's reporting that Tinubu's frequent visits to France is in recent times are to hold talks with a Gilbert Chagri, a convicted money launderer in Switzerland, and his cronies on the roles they play in the incoming Bola Tinubu administration. The billionaire owner of Chagri Group, a conglomerate with an interest in power, construction, and real estate business, has been a long-time ally of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, years even before he became the governor of Lagos State in 1999. I will just read basically the facts. Real Olauda is saying that allegedly Tinubu is willing, like most contemporary African leaders, to trade Nigeria again to the Chagris, just as the family now controls the Lagos economy and, by extension, the political scene of Lagos. Interestingly, he's saying that Bola Ahmed's his medical records, are in UK. Since we knew Bola Ahmed Tinubu goes for checkup, he usually goes to the UK, but of recent, now France now. Well, he's saying that this is because this man, Gilbert, is now resident in France. And so his health, medical records and reports have been transferred to a hospital in France. Or maybe they have not. He's just using this as a cover-up. He's also saying that Gilbert, aside from being the political godfather of Tinubu, has also a lot of influence on Nigerian business tycoons. I remember one time that Emmanuel Macron wanted to have a meeting with billionaires, Nigerian billionaires, from Otedola to Herbert Wigwe to Abdul Samad. It was this guy that called all of them to that meeting. He is also saying that Bola Ahmed is in Europe to meet with him to discuss the family's interest in his renewed Nigeria. So that means that they are going to say, oh yeah, what do you people want? How can we do it? What do you people want us to do? How are we going to run this thing? Where do you want money from? Where do we do it? That's what this guy is saying that he's going to do. In fact, he also said that this Gilbert was a close associate of Nigerian dictator General Sani Abacha, through which the Abacha regime laundered billions of dollars. After the sudden death of General Sani Abacha, Chagri returned an estimated $300 million of Abacha's loot to the Nigerian government in return for an indemnity from possible criminal charges. Wow. Also, he has stated that Mr. Nuhu Ribadu, former Economic and Financial Commission's chairman, described Gilbert Chagri as corruption personified. That's, if you open dictionary and you check for the meaning of corruption, you will see Gilbert Chagri. You couldn't investigate corruption without looking at Chagri. That's a direct quote from Nuhu Ribadu. Is this same Nuhu Ribadu that I've been seeing walking around with Tinubu. Also, there are some quotes from different people about this Chagri, from even international journalists. Go and check the expose yourself. I'm just going to give you a little bit of hint here and there. Now, in America, Chagri is also a friend to the Clinton family and is a top donor on the Clinton Foundation list. He donated millions of dollars stolen from Nigeria through Abacha to the Clinton Foundation to put Abacha in the good books of the Clinton administration. He has continued to do so even in recent times. Hey! Ha! Do you know what this can prove, guys? Because we've always wondered, why was it that allegedly president-elect was caught abroad for drug crimes, but he was not sent to prison or charged, but he was let go of? They only told him to submit the money that was taken. If they're saying that this guy, Gilbert Chagri, who is his godfather, has close ties with the Clintons and has been a top donor, it means that he can influence some decisions and influence some things. He may have called in a time or two to get Tinubu out of there. Also, this guy is also stating that Tinubu was not really like that for the movement or democracy of Nigeria, fighting with Nigerians against military dictatorship. Whether it was during Babangida or whatever, he's saying that Tinubu may have been a spy in the US against coalitions and groups that were fighting against dictatorship in Nigeria. What he's also saying is that Chagri had strengthened his links and friendships with Tinubu as of that time. Tinubu was his boy, giving him information. According to the Wall Street Journal, Mr. Chagri's $500,000 donation followed a conversation with top Clinton ADs in influencing Abacha's regime. Now, this donation comes months after Nigerian political activist and rightful president, the Abacha regime, had assassinated Moshood Abiola in front of the American diplomats, escalating tensions between Washington and Abuja. Can you people see that this Abiola thing? He's saying that Tinubu was not on the side of Abiola. He was a spy for this guy who was basically Abacha's right-hand man. Bola Tinubu was heavily involved in drug business in Chicago, according to David Hundeyin. And what he's saying is that Tinubu was able to own a Shell filling station in Washington after only earning $2,400 a month. During this period, there were reports that Bola Ahmed Tinubu secretly worked for Abacha's regime as a spy, informing dictator of the moves of his democracy fighters, code-named Nadeko. His close relationship with the Abacha regime cemented his affinity with Mr. Chagri. Now, he's also saying, why does Bola Ahmed Tinubu have a penchant for trusting, working with, and striking deals with well-known documented individuals with questionable character? Why? Almost all the governors he have put in power in Nigeria, almost all of them have criminal record in US. Almost all. In fact, 9 out of 10. Even his chief of staff, that is a senator, Bajami Amala. Yeah, all of them have criminal records. Why is he working with people like that? Just weeks after the flawed February 25th presidential elections, Bola Ahmed Tinubu rewarded Governor Atiku Bagudu by nominating him as a member of the Transitional Council headed by the Secretary of the Government of the Federation. Mr. Boss Mustafa is Bola Ahmed Tinubu giving us a snippet of his administration if sworn in on May 29th? Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu giving us a snippet of his administration if sworn in on May 29th? Now guys, not to forget the role of Atiku Bagudu, the current governor of Kebbi State, whose active role in aiding Abacha to fleece our national wealth is also well known and documented. This is the man that Tinubu is giving appointment to. So it begs the question, why is Tinubu appreciating, elevating, and giving power, bringing closer people who have questionable characters, but also people who have committed crimes against our nation? You are always shouting, I fought for democracy, I was on Abiola's side. Lies! If you were on Abiola's side, people like this, you will not be bringing them close to you. You will not be working with Atiku Bagudu and many more others. Allegedly, I beg. But I kind of resonate with what this guy is saying. It makes sense that he was never fighting for democracy or on Abiola's side. He was a spy. And everybody knows that military dictators use the services of spies a lot. Anyways, you guys, if you want more, please just go and look for Adamu Deko Suleiman and Oluwatosin Otumba D for Parallel Facts. They have an expose on this. Read it, go into it on your own. It's all good. Maybe we'll put in the tweet in the description box for you to check it out. You know what? We will. Yeah. Research on your own. Anyways, on to better, newer news, nice light news. That's the news for today, guys. So if you enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you also give us a thumbs up, and I'd like to see what you think about, whatever I've talked about in the comment section. Also, I'd like to also know what you can do for 96 hours straight. If they give you a chance to do it for 96 hours and break record, what will you do? Anyways, guys, something that I really want to just say, I really want to appeal for your support. I told you that I was hosting the Real Housewives of Abuja reunion. Guys, it's coming out on Friday. Today is Tuesday. Please use today and Friday to sort everything you need to sort out first. Go and get your Somax subscription. Then when my show comes out, when episode 13 comes out, guys, I need your support. Please make una worry internet. Make you go on Twitter, Instagram, post. If there's anything you saw that I did that is funny, repost. If there's anything you saw among the ladies doing, repost. But look, we have a hashtag. Hashtag Akah on RHO Abuja. Hashtag Akah on RHO Abuja. One word, one hashtag. I use God beg you. Notification gang, come out for me. Any post you post, your feed, on Twitter, on stories, use the hashtag. Let's make it a thing. Please go and watch the show. I want to see your support. Also, if you're not in our Akah Bants notification gang WhatsApp community group, what are you doing? I'm going to be gisting with people. I'm going to be giving more. We have lots of good times. So, we even share gifts. Yes, people win cash prizes. So I'm going to be doing more of that between today and tomorrow. And, also just catch fun with you guys. But also, look, prepare you people for what is coming. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to be posting with that hashtag too. I'm going to be releasing my sweet photos. But also, guys, please make sure you support me. I'm counting on it, and I hope you guys help me with this. But anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Also, we're going to be putting out the link in the description box of anybody in another country who wants to be our correspondent or our news editor. If you want us to report something on Akah Bants, please use that link. And drop the news in the Google Drive, and we'll look into it and report. All right. Anyways, guys, this is the end of the episode. Bye.